guys, welcome back to my channel, The Planted Carly Flower. I'm Carly, and today we are going to be talking about plants that are very vocal. If you're a new or not a new plant parent, these are some great plants that make your life a little easier because they're very vocal in telling you what they need. Do they need more water? Do they need less water? Do they need more light? Do they need less light? So let's go ahead and get into all those plants that love to talk back to you.
To be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time?
Okay guys, plants that are vocal. So there's a pretty good number of really vocal plants, but we're just gonna go over some of my favorite ones today. And one of them is right next to me. This is my Skindaptis pictus exotica. Let's go ahead and turn the camera so you can really see her. She's trailing, she's beautiful, she's living her best life. So this plant will tell me if it needs water by curling its leaves under. The leaves will curl under like that, and they will tell me, hey, I need a drink. And when the leaves start to curl in, I just go ahead and give it a nice thorough soak, and within a few hours the leaves are nice and flat again. As you can see, she does not need a drink right now. Her leaves are pretty flat and she's doing good. She lives right here next to my Millsbow, and she's a happy gal, growing like a weed. Another plant that is extremely vocal is a Begonia. They will wilt and look like they are about to just croak, and that's when you know it's time to give it a soak. It will droop all of its leaves down and basically just look like lethargic and just tired, and you know that's what it needs. It needs a little bit of water. So I wait to water all my begonias until they start to droop. That way I can ensure that I'm not overwatering them, but yet giving them the water they need when they need it. So begonias are a very vocal plant that you can enjoy that will make it very easy for you to tell what they need. Another plant that is super vocal is a Fertonia, or otherwise known as a nerve plant. Now these plants are a lot of fun. They come in a lot of different colors. There's pink, there's red, there's white. So they can add a nice little pop of colored foliage to any decor. They also don't really need the brightest of light. They can tolerate lower light situations. So they can fit pretty much any decor scheme, and they're very beautiful. Absolutely the most gorgeous plants. But much like the begonia, when they get thirsty, they will droop on you. They are very dramatic plants. You will hear people tell you that Fertonias are the most dramatic plants in the world because they cannot need a drink and then 5 minutes later decide they're thirsty, and literally in that amount of time completely droop. And it does scare a lot of people that have never had a Fertonia before because they think something is wrong with their plant. No, it just needs a drink, and yes, it can decide that quickly that it's time. Go ahead, give it a drink, and it will perk right back up within a little bit of time, a couple hours or so, and you'll be right back where you were to begin with. Another type of plant that's very vocal about its watering needs are Hoyas. Now, not all Hoyas. There are specific Hoyas that are a little bit harder to tell, but with most succulent leaf typed Hoyas, their leaves will get nice and soft and bendy. That's why we do what we call the taco test, where you bend it. If the leaf is nice and hard, then it probably is just fine. Go ahead and leave it alone, even if the soil's dry. If the soil's bone dry by your water meter, but the leaves are still hard, you're good to just leave it alone. Now, when the leaves start getting a little bendy, I would check them over the next couple of days. When they start getting a little softer and a little more bendy and they have a little bit of give, go ahead and give that Hoya a thorough soak, and the leaves will tighten right back up within about a couple hours. And they're very vocal. You just have to make sure and check them. Another very vocal group are the Calathea, Stromanthe, and Maranta genuses. They will absolutely start to crisp, and their leaves will get very curly, like curl under or over, I think, when they are thirsty. These plants like to stay a little bit on the moist side, so when my water meter reads around a 2 or a 3, I'll typically go ahead and soak them through when they're in soil. I like to keep them in pond. I feel they are much happier that way because they have full access to the drink as much as they want. But if they're in soil, I do wait until my moisture meter is about a 2 or a 3 on the dry scale and go ahead and give them a drink. They will, like I said, they will crisp up on you, so you don't want to wait too long because by the time they are vocal in that aspect, they're kind of losing their pretty look. So definitely keep an eye on those plants and give them the water they need before they tell you they need it. Another pretty vocal plant, this isn't true for every cactus or succulent, but our cactus and succulents, they will typically wrinkle, get soft, or just look a little disheveled, you know, wrinkly and just kind of sad when they are ready for a drink. My Sansevieria bonsal, well, I guess it's a Dracaena bonsal now, my Dracaena bird's nest, my sunset jade, all will get a little wrinkly and a little like soft to the touch when they are ready to have a drink. So I go ahead and give them a thorough drink at that time, and they really do well with me waiting until they are vocal to me to tell me they need water. That way I don't overwater them. It's very, very easy, and cactus and succulents are typically very, very prone to root rot when they are overwatered. They do not like a lot of water. They're not meant for that. That's why their leaves are so thick. They store water for a very long time. So I wait till those leaves start to wrinkle or seem soft to the touch before I give them a good soak. Now, as far as someone who's vocal about lighting situations, I'm gonna go with pretty much my Exotica or my Argyrius. When I put them in an area that does not give them enough light, they start to lose their pretty silver color and they turn more of the green color. When that happens, I go ahead and make sure I give them a spot with a little more light. I also try to turn them regularly so that all sides of the plant get the light that's required for them to stay beautiful and silver. Another plant that's super vocal about its lighting situation is Apelia peperomoides. They will turn all of their leaves towards the sun source. So if you find that your plant is completely leaning and growing in one direction, it's because all those leaves are trying to get to the light. You can solve this by two ways: putting a grow light directly above the plant so that it will grow up towards the grow light and stay symmetrical for you, or you can try and remember to turn your plant every couple days so that it will stay nice and rounded for you. Okay guys, well, those are some plants that I find to be very vocal. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'd love to chat with you guys. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. You have no idea the amount of help that is. I really appreciate you in the biggest way for that. And I really hope I get to see you in my next video. Please follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My link tree is down below. It also contains my Amazon storefront. So if there's anything that you see me using, my pots or anything like that you're interested in, those will all link to be within my Amazon storefront for you. It's all easily organized for you to find. Thank you so much, and I hope you get to spend lots of quality time today with your plant babies. Thank you. Bye-bye.